Hello, everybody. Welcome into Sunday night, January 18th, 2025. Ken Style Live with the Zoom homies. I have confirmed audio all the way around. I can hear myself. I can hear the echo from YouTube, so we're good. I can mute that. Ken Style Live with the Zoom homies are tonight Bill, Greg, Rich, Sam, Jeff Ryman, Chris Garrett with Max. Gentlemen, and Max.
Isn't that Max with Chris Garrett?
Hello.
I think probably that's more like it. Yes, I believe it probably is. So I'm gonna look at chat real quick.
It's Max. I'm not going out in the snow. You can go if you want to.
Yeah,
You
apparently
got snow,
we've got
Chris?
some bad weather coming in later this week. Greg Guy was first today. First, I did it finally.
Yeah.
They're predicting it some more in Georgia for this next weekend, but
Yeah,
they said they're gonna keep an eye on it.
I'll watch that thing that Robert put on the Zoom homies chat on Facebook, and Ryan Hall y'all says later in the week we're probably going to get a cumulative snow. So yay! Scott says hello. Congratulations to. Go ahead, Chris.
That's probably what's gonna move south.
It would be nice if it moved south. They could just keep going south and south and south and south, and Florida can get its first ever cumulative snow, and Indiana will be fine.
They got it in Florida this morning. I believe they might have got some.
Yeah, for what? 10 minutes like Vegas did one time? Darren's in the house. He says a bunch of emotes. Rick Lake says, well, hello, Rick. Ski Man's in the house. Hello, Ski Man. Great Guy says it's cold out tonight. 28 degrees down to 21. We didn't break 22 degrees all day long, and the wind chill kept it in single digits the entire day.
So warm
today. It was
today, I
cold.
went out and cleaned up all of my fall leaves and stuff from the front of the house.
Greg says he thinks the Bears are going to lose. I know they're in overtime. Ski Man had a cheeseburger with pickles, no onion, so he used onion powder. He had broccoli with cheese. That actually sounds really good. I had what I thought was lasagna. My niece brought it home from her work, and apparently it was not lasagna, but kind of looked like lasagna and kind of tasted like lasagna, but it wasn't lasagna. Yes, Alex, can you wait 5 minutes, please? What is your question?
I just wanted to let you know that I made it on time.
Actually, you didn't make it on time, but good try. You're 3 minutes late. But that's a good effort. You're getting better. You chop 14 minutes off that. Who knows? Maybe one of these days you'll be like the rest of the homies and you'll show up early. Wait, did I just say that in context with Alex Cheek? Early? That's never going to happen.
Well,
Ski Man was trying to.
I tried to join twice. I tried to join twice earlier, but you weren't here.
I've been here all day. I have been here. As a matter of fact, I have been here for 8 hours, 28 minutes, and 36 seconds. So if you want to do the math as to when I joined 8 hours ago, I've been here all day. With the exception of, I took a great guy nap earlier because I was tired. And I was here. I was doing an Alex Cheek thing, okay, Alex? Now this will make sense in your mind to you. I was here. But was I? Let me go get caught up with chat here. I'm going to skip all the way to when we went live, and Annie's in the house. Hello, Annie. Jeff's in the house. Cosmic Ember was doing a test, and he did verify that if you are a moderator, the slow mode does not affect you. And that's a big crock, in my opinion. What's the point of having slow mode if it doesn't affect everybody? And I don't understand it. Now, the reason I'm trying slow mode is because of what happened last night. Someone got their feelings hurt because I didn't see a chat, because it's hard to keep up with chat. I thought if I put it on slow mode, I would not miss a chat. The bad thing about it is when I go back to the very beginning, and I'm pretty close to saying, you know what, you guys chat all you want between when you get here and 10 o'clock. I'm not going to read it from now on. 10 o'clock on, I'm going to read chat. That's what I'm leaning toward. If you agree or disagree with that, put it in chat, put it in comments, let me know how you feel about it. Or come up with a better solution. I feel bad that I don't catch all the chat. I really do. I
You can
also,
make yourself another, and you probably gonna say no, but you make yourself another account that's not a moderator, and you can monitor it from that account.
I have two other accounts, and that's not going to help me, Chris, because my focus is right here at this camera for Zoom so that it doesn't look like. So that's a good idea, and I've done it. If I make another account and I throw it on another monitor, then I'm going to be sitting here like this, and you guys are going to be seeing my profile of my face. And to
Well,
me, this is disrespectful. So
make
I've got to
make one
figure
of the
out.
ones that's not. Make one of the ones you got now not a moderator. Are they probably they're not moderator accounts, are they?
One is, one isn't.
Make one. We'll use the one that's not as a chat window, and then
I did that last night. I actually popped chat out and I moved it over. I popped chat completely off of YouTube Studio and I covered Zoom up. You guys could have been sitting there flipping me the bird for all I know, and I'd have never known it. It didn't
that way
help.
you can have. I don't understand why slow mode would not work for moderators because they would need to read the chat.
I'm pretty sure it's been tested, but if you would like, you're a moderator, and if you're watching the stream, go ahead and see, put a comment in, and then immediately put another comment in. If it doesn't go through, then slow mode does affect moderators. But I think we proved a while ago already, if you're a moderator, it doesn't affect you. Jeff's checking his points. Ski Man says, test, test, test. Hello, boys. Work, work, work. Hello, boys. Miss me? Anyone? Oh, come on. Greg, you don't know that famous Mel Brooks movie? Greg's like, don't bother me. I'm watching the football game. Thank you, Ski.
I was saying that
Blame Saddle.
a moderator would need slow mode so they can keep
I
up.
think everyone, okay, so my logic behind it is not to be partial, and that's what it's doing. It's being partial. It's giving moderators the ability to chat, 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 but it's giving anyone that's not a moderator, which is very few and far between people, that slows them down. It doesn't accomplish what I want it to accomplish. It really does not accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. Now, there was something else I wanted to check out today, and I researched it a little bit. One time it said, "Oh yeah, that's easy to do. You just do this, 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 and this," and then seriously, the very next sentence says, "But, however," and it just contradicted everything it said over there. So I'm still looking into it. I'm trying to find a better way to keep up with chat, and I just shy of literally having one of my earbuds tell me what chat's saying, and I know I don't want that. That's the only thing I can come up with. I know it might seem like at times I don't watch chat. I do. I watch it as best I can. I popped it out last night and put it in on the 22-inch monitor so I could see it, and that didn't help. Log Dog says, time for a commercial. TaiPeiFoods.com products, something. Okay. And Long Dog, I did get your email and I did answer you. And those absolutely worthless. As a matter of fact, to me, it just seemed like it was a comedy bit. To me, it just seemed like someone said, hey, I'm going to throw this together, AI, if you will, and demonstrate it. If you watch that thing you sent me really, really close, you will see on one of those tracks, there was snow behind it when the snow was supposed to be gone. So it is what it is. I'm pretty impressed with this brand. Just got real food and shrimp in it. Actually, real shrimp. All right, cool. Jeff, yeah. Sam has an idea. How about if you have a question, speak it, and don't say anything until it's answered? Well, that requires me to come up with a question.
No, I mean the chatters. Instead of
Oh,
continually blabbing and blabbing, don't talk until you're quit. Don't talk.
that's a good idea. And the other thing, the other thing that hit me, it hit me bad last night. You guys all realize that after the stream, and it really bothered me most of the night, most of the day. My basic feeling on it is if you have something to say in chat and you say it and I don't see it, put it in orange at Ken Stout Live, because I'll see the orange, just like with Doug, the orange will catch my eye. I'll see it and I'll see your comment. I don't intentionally miss anyone's comments. Contrary to some people's belief, I do not intentionally not see, I don't intentionally not read comments. I try to make it a point to read all comments. For example, great guy says shrimp is radioactive. I heard that about hamburger too, but I still eat hamburger. I don't know, Sam. I don't know I don't know what the answer is. Now I'm going to try something which could go horribly wrong. But if anyone has a question, by all means, ask either in Zoom or in chat.
What about just a comment?
Comments are good. Jeff, let
There's
me know how you like the new waiting room, by the way.
There was an interesting thing from the Consumer Electronics Show here from Dell.
Oh yeah,
A Dell
laptops.
executive got up and said in front of God and everybody that their customers do not want Windows 11 AI PCs.
Say that again. The executive got up and said their customers don't want AI.
Their customers do not want Windows 11 AI PCs with stuff like recall.
Well, I can see that.
But they're the only PC manufacturer that has said that out loud to Microsoft's face, basically. I'm going to stick a link in chat in Zoom for all the homies of this YouTube thing where I said that, and they're going on and on about how bad recall is not working right and exposing all kinds of information when it's been tested.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. On my email today on Gmail, there was something that popped up and said, do you want to use this to answer your emails? I said, no. You don't know my thoughts. Ski Man is asking for the link. Can you also drop that on the YouTube? Now,
All right.
just a moment ago, Scott says SW, thank you, Scott. Just a moment ago, I made a change. I need to know, either from the Zoom homies or from the chat itself on people watching, if you tried to make a comment and your comment cannot be made, because I just tested something and I'm just curious as to whether it worked or not.
No, I put it in both chats.
Yep, I see it.
I'm glad he stood up.
But Dell makes 40% of their revenue from selling PCs. It's a big deal to them.
Wow, I didn't know that. Long Dog, so we're going to find out who runs Microsoft, the PR department, who insists they always have new features to sell to the customers. Well, define the customers.
I
You,
don't know
me.
how this is going to work out, but it was just interesting that Dell actually got up and said to Microsoft, we don't want your crap.
Scott says comment. All right, I am going to try this again. And I'm just actually going to announce it this time. And see.
But the YouTube video is interesting in that it also details how recall is not working like it's supposed to, and it's exposing a lot of information because it's working as advertised, like passwords and personal information and HIPAA stuff, and on and on and on.
So I made a change, and I'm going to leave this change in effect for the next 2 minutes. I personally want to see something, and I actually just went to the DaVinci machine and fired up my live stream so that I can check it out for myself to see if this has the effect that it may or may not have, or that I may or may not want. Now, I know people can hear me because I can hear myself over there and I can see myself waving. Hi, Ken. Now I'm going to go back and change it back. I said I was going to wait a couple minutes. I don't need to. This is doing, I think, what it's intended to do. Okay, now I don't know if you need to refresh or not. The studio did not need to be refreshed. It looks like the live stream itself needs to be refreshed. I'm verifying that now. Yes. So if from approximately 10:14 to about 10 seconds ago, if you tried to put a chat message in, I don't think you could put a chat message in because there was no chat. I don't think I want to ever go that route, but if need be, I can. I'll get this chat debacle, dilemma, issue worked out. Okay? I will figure it out. Even if it takes, I have one of these things up here saying, Nightbox says, check out this channel. And that's where it's going to get old. And then I make Nightbox go away. Gar's Music's in the house. Hello, Gar. Good to see you. You've been awarded points. Says hello. Now that may have run some people off, me doing my little testing. I don't know if I announced it properly or not. And if it did, then I'm sorry. When you watch the replay, come back. You know, if not, then good. I mean, I've had some really interesting conversations today. I was here, but I wasn't here. I mean, I was bouncing back and forth. I was watching Rick Lakes. I forgot to mute the mic a couple times, and I apologize for that because I try to hold myself to the same standards as everyone else. That if I've got something playing in the background, I want my microphone muted so that I can hear that. But what I'm listening to doesn't go out over either Zoom or the live stream itself. You putting a delay just caused me to fail to communicate. No, I didn't put a delay in at all. I would like to put a delay in. I would really like to put a 60-second delay in here, but I can't. Tim Tech's in the house. Hello, Tim. All I did was I turned chat off, and that's not going to solve anything because it doesn't slow it down. It turns it completely off. And I went to my live stream and I saw chat's not there. That's not my intent. That's not what I want to do. And we'll talk about it later. Long Dog says, whatever it was, you left me out of the conversation. No, Long Dog, I left everyone out of the conversation, not just you, my friend. I turned chat off. I was testing while I'm live. I was doing a live experiment so that I can learn things. Instead of coming on here and boasting that I know something that I absolutely don't know anything about, I tested it. I can tell you, if you're a creator and you're doing a live stream, you can shut chat off while you're live and nobody can chat. And then you can turn it back on. I didn't intend it to be geared for one person. And if you took it that way, I'm sorry. That's not my intent. This is kind of like the military. Everybody gets punished because of one person's actions. In this case, everybody got involved in my experiment because of one person's actions. When we look at chat, I don't want to miss anything.
So
Ski
this
Man
is
says,
the
hello. Do what,
YouTube
Jeff?
blanket party.
Exactly.
It's also
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It is a YouTube blanket party.
It's also like that when people used to spank their kids. If you had a bunch of brothers and sisters and somebody did something and the parents couldn't figure out who did it, they whoop all of them.
Yeah, it is the experiment proved exactly what I thought would happen. If you disable chat, I honestly didn't think you could do it while I was live. I figured it was one of those settings that once you go live, it's locked in from A to B, start to finish, and you couldn't change it. You can. So let's just say one night I get a heckler in here. Okay, this is a what if scenario. Don't anyone take this for it's going to happen. This is a what if. What if someone comes in here and they start heckling myself, the Zoom homies, the channel, yada, 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 yada. Well, you know what? Heckle away because I'll just turn it off. And at some point in time, I'll turn it back on. And if you're still heckling, then I'm going to kick your ass out. If you can't take the hint with it being turned off, I just kick you out. I do have that ability, as do most moderators, by the way. Which, knock on wood. Hello, Ellen. Haven't had to do that in a long time. Ellen's in the house. Good to see you. I actually caught a little bit of Ellen live last night. I actually caught a little bit of Jazz live tonight as well. And I missed both of those live streams because I like the interaction that's there. And I found something out. No, wrong way to put that, wrong context. I was told something today that I've got to do a lot of research on, and it involves being a creator, having subscribers, watch time, and countries. Very, very interesting. Chris, Ski Man says something to Chris about we all got a whooping. What I missed, Chris? Did you put something in chat or did you say something and I missed you?
I just said if the parents couldn't figure out, if you had a bunch of brothers and sisters, the parents couldn't figure out who, somebody did something wrong, parents couldn't figure out who did it, they just whooped all of them.
Yeah, blanket party.
They whipped the person for
Yeah,
the real person who did it, then they whooped the rest of them for not telling who did it.
yeah, it was a no-win situation. I mean, that that was they were somebody was going to get punished one way or the other. And in some cases, most cases, you're going to get punished 2 or 3 times because, like you said, if you didn't, she did it, or he did it or whatever. And then you okay. So like with my mom and dad, well, who did this? He did it. Well, then I got in trouble because I ratted out my brother. How do you win that situation? I notice Bobby doesn't have a pic on the screen. Bobby has never requested a pic on the screen. If you guys want to be on the clocks, send me an email, send me a picture, something I can use, and ask to be put on the clocks and your time zone. I don't have everyone. I also said, yeah, there's one over on the Mountain Daylight Time, which I still haven't changed, and I probably won't change. IDK. There is one that says your name here. What that means is if you live in the Mountain Daylight Time zone and you'd like to be in that slot, let's put your name there. Email me, kstoutz00m@gmail.com and put a request in. Yep, your name here. I also took the picture of it. Nobody noticed that. Nobody sees the robot holding the placard up.
There's some weirdos in that Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, there are. Oh, I need to test something else out real quick while I'm in the testing mood.
Whoa.
Yep, that's still good. So that is the virtual camera from OBS that's showing right there. My background is still here and I'm pointing like you guys can see me pointing. If I stop the virtual camera, then it just shows the Zoom background. It's been kind of a fun day learning things and testing things and experimenting things and cleaning things up. Got a lot done. Got a lot of and I paid 3 bills. Yeah, I know.
And I slept late this morning and I'm still tired. I didn't get up till 9:30.
I'm tired, but I'm always tired on Sunday because gotta get up early. Gotta get up early for church. So and plus it makes the day feel really, really long, especially when it gets dark really, really early.
Just don't fall asleep in church if your dad's the preacher.
No, I'm not. But even if I do, Jeff, I won't get accused of my phone going off.
Which is worse, your phone going off or dozing off in your dad's sermon?
My phone going off because last Wednesday night or the Wednesday night before, I can't remember which, he called he brought that to everybody's attention after he was done with the lesson, to everybody remember put your phones on put your phones on silent because my mom is she's especially bad about it.
So you have Wednesday night services too?
We do.
So is that like an early service, like I don't know, 7:30, or do you do it later?
It's 6 o'clock to 7:30. So we're usually home by about
that's pretty early.
8:15 or so.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I said before, I got my phone programmed to automatically mute Sunday and Wednesday for the time frame that we're at church and automatically unmute so I won't forget.
How do you do that? You just set it in your calendar or something, or?
It's in the do not. It's in the do not disturb settings. Just look up. Just
All right.
search for do not disturb in your settings, and it should show up.
I just
You can like add a. You can like add a
I didn't
schedule
know
by
that was in
time.
there.
You can add a schedule by time or event, and just add a schedule by time. It'll ask you to name the schedule. Put any name you want to in there, and then you can set a time and date or day of the week, weather, day of the week, and time for when you want it to.
Where is that? I don't see anything like that under settings.
Is that an add-on or is that natively built into your
No,
phone?
it's native. It's natively built into the phone.
It might not be on all phones though.
Well, but he and I both got Motorola phones though.
Yeah.
All right.
It should be on at least. It should be on at least Android 11 and newer. Once I discovered it on my Android 15, on my new Android 15, I looked to see if it was there on.
Okay, I've got
Android
12. Maybe mine doesn't have it yet.
Well, Greg was right. The Bears lost 20-17 in overtime. So when the Rams intercepted, and they must have took it down and scored a field goal. That makes for some interesting games next week. And you know me, it's all about me tomorrow night. If there's not a stream tomorrow night, good or bad, I mean, if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. I know we're favored to win, but either
Is
way,
that tomorrow night?
tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, unless you live in Indianapolis, and it specifically said on the website 8:30 if you live in Indianapolis. Parentheses, and I'm thinking, no, it's still 7:30 because we're still in the same time zone. And I did show the homies that. I believe you had already gone. Ellen is still watching. Ski Man says, me too. So I'm sure my little experiment probably made a couple people leave, and that's fine. Hopefully they'll be back tomorrow night. And I'll just real quickly reiterate, it was just a test. And it's one of those things that need to be tested with a live audience to see if it works or not. It didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I'm back to the drawing board.
It happens.
Yes, just like Forrest said, it happens. It's about the only thing I didn't do today is watch a movie. I really had a movie kind of I was leaning toward to watch, but I knew I had to pay a bill, and I said I was going to pay it at 12:01 last night. I didn't. I paid it this morning, and then I have one to do next week. I thought, what the hell? I'll go ahead and pay it now. That way, it's done. It's paid for. I don't have to worry about it. And then I have another one that's due like in 2 weeks, and I thought, again, these are my last 3 bills of the month. I'll go ahead and pay them now, and I'm good. So, and tomorrow I got to go rob a bank. Do what?
I believe
Alex?
all of our bills are. I believe. Don't hold me to this, but I believe all our bills are automatically drafted, except for the water bill. They, for whatever reason, they charge a fee if you want to pay it online. So my mom don't. She writes a check or whatever she does and takes it to the takes it to the drop box or the drop off window.
Well, that's kind of old fashioned. Most
Yeah,
places like to have it automated.
Yeah, but Illinois was the same. In Charleston, when we lived in Charleston, Illinois, they were the same way. It was the only bill that I had to go to pay at their office. Now, they had a drive-through little box, it was like,
Yeah, they got the
that
same
was a
thing
problem. But
They
here.
might
Exact
have
thing
a,
here.
they might have a machine where you can pay like with a debit card.
Tim, we don't know when Doug's coming back. Doug himself said he wants on Saturday, if you were watching Doug's show on Saturday, Tim said, I want to come back to 6 days a week. I don't know when that's going to happen. Doug's words, not mine, but it won't happen anytime soon. So
Yeah,
this
he's
is what
still
we
catching
know
up with
from Doug.
customers.
Yeah, he's busy right now. Scott says, I know we're proud to promote member channels. Can they be made to scroll across the bottom? The short answer to that is I believe so. The longer answer is I'll get on that. And by get on that, I mean after the show, I'm going to say, Sam! And we'll see what we can do. And
He's
it's interesting that hang on, Alex. It's interesting that Nightbot got mentioned. I am this close to throwing Nightbot away. And the way I understand to do that, I just go into Nightbot and sign out, and Nightbot is no longer functioning. That's how I understand it. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what I kind of was led to believe. That's a good idea, Scott. I like that. Now the question is, you want to. So here's and this is just me and my personality. Here's the first problem I see with that. Great idea. First and foremost, great idea. However, then I've got to adjust the clocks because do we want it scrolling in front of the clocks, or do we want to figure out how to get it to scroll just at the bottom of the Zoom homies thing? There's some logistical things that will need to be for Nightbot. Robert, official Tim Tech says, I hate Nightbot. I've seen some channels where it's really productive. Mine's not one of them. And it was just something for me to try. I'm still stuck. I mean, I started this in 2021 and I'm still learning today on things. So, but yeah, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. We'll see what we can do. Alex, you were going to say something, or were you going to say you'll be right back?
I was gonna say something. I was just gonna say that since we got my mom was saying earlier today at church that since we got the new windows installed, our light bill has really dropped. It never was that low as it is as our most recent bill when we lived at the apartment. So these new windows we've got have really
I mean, windows at the house or
insulated
windows
things.
at the church?
Windows at my house. We
Do
got
you have
10,
electric
we
heat or
got
gas heat?
electric.
If you lived in Indiana, you would be paying out the yin yang, especially if you lived in Indianapolis, because I dread this week. I dread this week not for the snow. I could care less about the snow. It's the temperatures. Our temperatures are going to be like Rick Lake's. One of our highs is going to be under 0 degrees for this week, and
Yeah.
if I could fly away somewhere warm, I would. Long Dog says, is there an add-on for flashing subliminal message if you wanted to get into somebody's head? If there was, I'm not going to do it. Go ahead, Jeff.
So on your electric heat, is that a heat pump?
I have a furnace. I have a thing that sits outside that runs when the air conditioner's on and when the heater runs. My furnace is inside my garage. Everything's in the floor and all the vents are in the floor. Air comes upwards. And
I mean, if it's resistance heating, boy, it'll run your bill up like anybody's business.
yeah, I
If
honestly,
it's a heat pump, not so much. It still won't be great, but it's better than resistance heat.
yeah, I don't know what it is. I do know it's a cheap furnace because the guy, one of the last technicians to come out here, I was asking him about it, and he said the air conditioner is the top of the line, best air conditioner at the time that company sold, and your bill will be good. I ran the air conditioner all last summer. My bill never went above $125. He said, however, in the wintertime, it's a crap, different word, furnace, and your bill will be high. My bill that I just paid for the electric this month was $349.20. Last month it was $129 and some change. And I
That's
know
either resistance heating or a piss poor heat pump.
I don't even know
And
how
I
to
don't know
find out.
which.
And I dread seeing February's bill because we got a cold snap coming in again.
Well, you got a fireplace?
I wish.
Shut the heat off and start a fire.
I wish. David's in the
Yeah.
house. Hello, David, the Philippine American couple, or possibly Lorelei. I kind of felt stupid because they being the Philippine American couple, uploaded a video this afternoon, and it was about Sinulog. And my initial thought was, oh, they're in the Philippines. They actually went to the Philippines for the festival. And then I'm watching, and I'd already made my comment, cool, this is interesting, yada, yada, yada. Where is it? Well, about the time I hit comment to say, where is it? I realized it's in Arkansas where they live. The festival was in Arkansas, so I felt so stupid. Um, and then they commented back, "It's in Arkansas."
Oh, there's
Don't mind me. I'm in a goofy mood tonight. That's fine. What do gentlemen? Yeah. No, that's fine. Chat interaction is fine.
now where do
And
they live in
again,
Arkansas?
pardon me.
Where do they live in Arkansas? Have they said?
Apparently, right across the street from the Walmart headquarters, because David mentions that all the time. Now, I don't know. I don't know if he literally, lives that close to
Well,
the
that would be
headquarters
at
or
least
not.
close to Bentonville or whatever there
Right,
is.
right.
That's a
Um, Ski Man says, "How dare you, One
that's a
Fish?"
few. That's at least a couple hours from me.
Yeah, I would think it would be. It's back. It's east of you, is it not? Isn't it back toward
North,
Memphis?
north, northeast. No, it's up north.
Isn't it,
Uh,
wouldn't it be a little northwest from you? Isn't Bentonville in the northwest part of the state?
We live inside the home.
yeah. Um,
I could be all wrong, Alex. I'm just going by
yeah,
memory at
you're,
my
I'll
age.
find
yeah,
out. I'm going to ask
Thinking of
David real
anything.
quick if he's still watching. Hopefully, we
yeah,
haven't run
you're,
him off yet. David
you're.
from Little Rock / Sheratonville, Arkansas. Which direction are you, and approximately how far from Little Rock / Benton or Sheratonville are you? Go ahead. We'll wait. This is where I need Jeopardy music,
He's
and
gonna
I am
say.
getting the sound bites from you guys, by the way.
He's gonna say Sheratonville. What's that?
Okay,
Well,
Sheridan.
yeah,
Sheridanville's a
Bentonville
Zoom
is,
thing. We all Alex,
yeah,
I know this
it,
this this event hasn't taken place in at least 1 or 2 days, maybe even 1 or 2 hours. You better hope I don't hit the R button and I hit the P button.
it's
Thank you,
almost
David.
at the
3 hours.
Oklahoma
What
line.
direction are we living in the good part of the state?
Yeah, it's close to the Missouri and Oklahoma state lines.
So it's north?
North,
Off
it's in the
off of
far northwest
57?
corner of Arkansas.
Is it off of 57 or 55?
It's off Interstate 49.
I've been through Bentonville. I swear to you, I thought it was either on 40 or 57. Seriously. Alex, he
Well,
says
they've
he's
got
about
the
3 hours from Little Rock.
49 sign right there by Bentonville.
Huh. Greg's bill's going to be $86 and some change. Would you like to trade? You run a fireplace, though, don't you? Electric fireplace? Or you used to?
No, it's natural gas.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, what's your gas bill? $712.15.
Yeah,
No
well,
way, Jose.
I was just seeing if you're
by
paying
gas
attention.
bill and by electric bill,
Let me look at my checkbook.
Yeah,
I've got
don't look at the
everything
bill.
I've got
Um,
everything on equal pay. Between my gas and electric combined, it's about 150 a month year round. Between
I
the
thought
two.
about if we stayed here. Well, there's so much that's going on. You guys know the deal. But if we would have going to have stayed here, I thought about converting the heating of the water heater in the furnace to gas, but I had to pay the installation, and then I don't accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish, and that is lower my electric bill. On the one hand, yes, the bill would go down, but on the other
And
hand, I
gas
inherit a
bill.
gas bill. So in the end, I believe it would have balanced out to be about the same amount of money. 1 hour to Oklahoma and 1/2 to Missouri. Okay, I literally, for some reason, of course, that was back in my drug-induced days when I was driving through Arkansas, so I may have been confused, but I, for some reason, was thinking that the Walmart headquarters were just outside of the Tennessee Arkansas state line as you come into west out of Tennessee. Man, there must have been some damn good drugs for me to be all confused like that. Ken Style Live, this is when you ask your neighbors who are running off gas how much your bill is. You may have to get so the guy next door to me did the same thing years ago when he first moved in. That's the first thing he did. A couple people have fireplaces here. I'd love to have a fireplace. I don't intend to stay here unless I somehow win a lottery that I never play. or by the good graces of something, a massive amount of money falls in my lap, I will be moving probably within a year, the way it's looking right now. And there's going to be a follow-up show on that coming up real soon. Let's look at chat here. I believe gas is more efficient and they say it is. Well, now with it just being myself and the niece, that see, I'm sneaky. I lowered the thermostat down to 68 degrees the other day. When I seen this cold snap coming in, I'm like, "No, we're not keeping it warm, super warm. I'm going to lower it a little bit." She didn't notice it. She's running around in her short pants and her little whatever it is shirt. And you're not cold? She goes, "Oh no, it's comfortable in here." Okay. Now, if the Filipino was still here, we wouldn't be at 68 degrees. We'd be at 88 degrees, and the bill would be sky high. So, but
Yeah, just look, I'm on equal pay plans for both. My electric bill is $100 a month, and my gas bill is now $58 a month.
My
Equal pay
last
year.
gas bill was $20.66.
man, you know, I could look into it, I guess. I don't know, but I don't plan on being here. No, Tim, the answer to that is no. Short answer. Gas bill during the winter month goes up about $20, so it's $45. I wouldn't know what to do if I had that kind of a bill. I mean, if it could go down to $40, 40 to $60, my electric bill would be about $150. That's good. I mean, I can. That's doable. That's more than
How
doable.
big is your house?
Wow, 1,400 square feet, I think.
See, I'm
think.
twice your size. I got a 2-story.
Well, you also
That's
live
a
in
lot.
Las Vegas, and you don't have 0-degree temperatures ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I had this house where you are, it would be freaking sky high for these
My
bills.
brother's is that way. He's got a 2-story mansion, if you will, way too much house. Except, well, that's his house that he owns. He lives in a trailer right now. It's not called a trailer. It's called a manufactured home, which was basically they took 2 trailers and stuck them together and did a little sewing and stitching, and they call it a home. Really nice place, though. My gas bill for November was $85. I can handle that too, depending on what the electric would be. Dang, that's way too much house. Well, it depends. I mean, if you are a young couple and you have 5 or 6 kids running around, then it's not that large of a house. When you're in your mid 60s or you just turned 60 and you have no kids living, then yeah, that's a huge house. Size wise, this house is perfect. The problem with this doggone house is the driveway, and there's no way I can change the driveway. Believe me when I tell you, I have gone out there and I have in my beady little brain said, okay, what if I did this? Nope, can't do it. What if I did? Nope, can't do that. What if I did? I thought about putting a garage in the back of the house. I really did.
You have an alley?
No, unfortunately, we do not.
Well, then you can't do anything at the back to speak of
No,
either.
no. Yeah, Scott is saying 2 weeks is very cold. Yeah, starting I think Wednesday night, the cold is coming in, and then Ryan Hall, y'all did a thing where he said starting Wednesday or Thursday we've got snow coming, accumulative snow coming in, and I don't look forward to that at all. I don't look forward to the cold. I can tolerate the cold, but I mean I'm in a short sleeve shirt and a pair of shorts right now, and I'm not cold at all. It's just not cold to me. I just steal electricity and gas from my neighbor. I do that with the internet. My internet bill is absolutely zero. One of these days he'll catch on. Now Ryan's a good neighbor. I maybe might ask him when his electric bill runs the next time I see him. He's a school teacher. Super nice guy. It's getting pretty cold tonight, into the 40s. Tim, I'll trade you. If you think getting into the 40s is cold, I will trade you because our current temperature, and I apologize, I normally don't like doing this. Our current temperature as of 10:44 p.m. is 21 degrees, and it feels like it's 14. And the overnight low tonight is going to go down to 10 degrees. 40? I would love to trade you temperatures. Yep, I'll take 40 degrees.
I don't know. Check it out.
Very comfortable.
In Mike Scott's section, we may expect to see it.
Cold for Texas. Yeah, it'd be like Jeff getting into the 40s and 30s. That would be considered cold. No, thank you. Yeah. I mean, no matter where you live, there's good and there's bad. Today's high. Scott says today's high was 6 degrees. That's the high temperature. Now, the question I have for Scott is, was there any of the funny little flaky white stuff involved? Because if there was, that's just adding injury to insult. You have cold, and then you have to deal with the snow.
Actually, the start was brain. Grossly was normal. And it was section in it. I want to see that. Oh, yeah, we don't get this.
Ellen is still here. My big foot just knocked something off my desk.
Chronic care facility in the suburbs.
If I could rearrange it, if I could have blown that wall out that's right over there and gotten rid of my hallway. I have a useless hallway. I have a hallway that is never used because everybody goes through the kitchen to go outside. Nobody uses the hallway. Move this thing out, I probably gain, I don't know, I think I figured it out one day, 15, 16 square feet of space. That would be great. I'd be comfortable in this studio. Negative 35 degree wind chill tonight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know the wind's blowing, but it's not as bad as it has been recently. I need to get through. I obviously I got to get through February 18th first and foremost. That's got to be the first thing to get through. And then second, I need to get into spring, not so that I can play golf, so I get out of these cold temperatures. And playing golf's not a bad thing to have either, but yeah, it's a useless hallway. It's I don't know what they were thinking when they put that hallway in there. I don't. And I know my other wall over here, I know this means nothing to you guys, but between my bedroom and the master bedroom, there's a space big enough to put a hall where you could take the front wall, knock it out and put it back where the empty space is at, and you gain probably another 12, 15 square feet of space. This house was very weirdly constructed. Very weird. It's long. Everything's long. I've grown used to it, but there's nothing I can do about the driveway. And I'm open for suggestions. I know we jokingly said years ago, we'll put a hoist in the center of the garage with a cable. Then when it snows, drag the cable down, have the hoist pull the car in the garage. Brilliant idea. Okay. I probably at the time then, and I know I can't afford it now. Brilliant idea. Whoever came up with that. Yeah, Scott says he's in shorts as well. Yeah, to a fault, I wear shorts all the time, and I should not go out sometimes in my shorts. I really should throw a pair of jeans or something on, and just to become, as my mom would say, presentable. But I just don't care anymore sometimes.
Well, in fairness, Susan, you've challenged the professional
10 degrees Fahrenheit, going to go jump in the river naked. Today at Hornell, there was a man. How deep is the river right now, Scott? Or I'm sorry, Sam? Can't be that deep. Wait, does your weather observation have the depth of the river in it? No, it does not. It's got the temperature, which is cold. Have you asked her name? No, I've not, Long Dog. I have not. And to the best of my knowledge, there's only the one guy next to me over there, Ryan, that has it. Everybody else is not. Now, the guy across the street's got a fireplace, and I would love to have a fireplace, but I don't know, is it cost effective to put a fireplace in? Then you got to pay for the wood, and there's just, I mean, it ain't like back in the good old days. Your electric bill for heat just seems a little high. I really don't know what the average for the people. It's consistent. It's been consistent the entire time I've lived here. January, February, super, super high. Comes down in March, comes down in April, May, June, July, August, September, and October, affordable. And How do I check temperature again? Exclamation W and your zip code.
We
So, for
would cut our
example,
old
do
we
what,
would cut
Chris?
our old trees down. I said we would cut our old trees down.
We did that when I was a kid. We had a fireplace and we'd go out and cut down wood. And then what we didn't use, we would sell.
Yep.
And it wasn't on our property either. There was enough farmers around there that had woods that they wanted the stuff gone that, oh, sure, go in there and cut it down. They just didn't want the land destroyed. Sometimes that was
Well,
a
the land
pain.
behind us on the river, it wasn't our land, but it belonged to a college. And I guess we just had permission to do that back then. I don't.
Yeah,
They didn't. Nobody didn't say nothing. So
we actually got permission from our school. We had a little wooded area that they wanted it to not be wooded. They wanted it gone, but they didn't want to pay a big contractor going there and level it, so to speak. So my dad and I cut the trees down, and then another farmer come in and dug the stumps up, and another farmer come in and plowed it. Then another farm came in and did his thing, and before you know it, we went from a wooded area and don't trip and fall to a flat area that's now developed into a baseball diamond. So I'm going to run we're at 52 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and run the thing if it works. I don't know if it will or not. Probably won't. It didn't last night, but we'll see.
That's all, folks.
Tim Tech says you should put the commands on your description for YouTube every live stream. I had at one point in time I had every command there and only one or two of them got used. So I just deleted them. I figure right now the only thing that really works is the weather. And if this goes the way that it may go, everything else will go by the wayside and the weather will work and nothing else will work because I'll just get rid of it. I do like Scott's idea of having a scroll with the channel suggestions on it. A couple logistical things that again come to mind is, do we run it across in front of the clocks? Do we shrink it down just in front of Zoom? What's the pace that it goes across? Does it go left to right? Does it go right to left? I mean, by all means, this will be looked at and it will be tested, so to speak, but no promises. I want to thank everybody for being here again on YouTube. I do appreciate it. I do realize that this show is not everyone's cup of tea, and I get it, but I'm still going to do it. I don't know when, probably tomorrow night, my stopping point is going to be, and it won't be because I'm tired of doing it. It's going to be because of one or two things. If I don't do a live stream tomorrow night, it's going to be because of A, Indiana's getting their asses kicked and I'm pissed off, or B, Indiana's kicking their asses and I'm very excited. One of the two. It won't be because I still look forward to this. Speaking of that, tomorrow there'll be a second live stream for me. Today I uploaded a short and got fantastic feedback on that. I'm amazed at the feedback I got on that. lot of people seen that, and all it was is with the issue with the fan on the DaVinci machine. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this week, I'm going to do a live stream before Rick Lakes. Now, if Rick says tomorrow, he says, "Hey, I'm not going to be here Tuesday," I'll do one Tuesday, but not Wednesday or whatever. This is just something I'm formulating in my mind. Now, next week, it'll probably be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. I haven't made up my mind yet. Imagine that. Let's look at chat one last time. And email says, email. Yep, that puts the credentials in there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Scott says, more RGB. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I am such an RGB fan. You can't have enough RGB. Now, I did notice today, I was in there talking with Katie, and her RGB actually looks pretty good on that computer that we got from John. I was kind of impressed with it. And I mean, it fits the ambience of her room, so it looks good. I ain't going to tell her that, though, because she'll want more of that stuff. Long Dog says, I bet they're expensive. And I'm right. Jeff Ryman is probably good. Ken doesn't have a heat pump to keep us up because they don't work in low temperatures. Yeah, they said, the guys have told me that if Indiana weather gets below a certain temperature, it's worthless. It's absolute. The furnace is absolutely worthless. And I can attest to that as I sit here in my t-shirt and shorts. I think the banks will be closed tomorrow. Why would the banks be closed tomorrow?
It's Martin Luther King Day.
It's MLK days, so the
Federal
college,
holiday.
my college will be closed tomorrow, and kids won't be in
I
school.
wonder if that applies to the credit unions as well. Probably does. I didn't realize it was MLK Day already. No problem. I can go Tuesday. I can actually go. I got to go this week. So, government building. The banks aren't considered a government building, but they probably will be closed. Thank you, Ellen. I will watch your show again tonight. Matter of fact, I'll start it as soon as I end this. I got to finish Jazz and I got to finish Missy. I was watching Missy earlier. She was doing her, what's that called? There's a name, Sims. She was doing her Sims thing. She is good at that. She was trying to take just a flat piece of paper, so to speak, and she says, I'm going to construct this. And she was like, did she try it up? That's not going to work. Destroy it, start over. Then she finally did accomplish what she was trying to accomplish. Tita Maria's in the house. Yeah, my heat pump stops at -30 Celsius. They need to start our electric baseboard heater. Winter heating is so
That's
expensive.
pretty damn
Yeah.
cold, actually. -30
Yeah. I can handle being in the house in shorts. Now, if I was to run to the mailbox, I probably would throw on a pair of jeans, even though it's, a 45-foot walk down and up the hill. This month, so far, today's the 18th. If the month is going by relatively quickly, it's almost Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's coming up too. And Ski Man says, yep, the banks are closed. So I'm going to wrap it up. We're right at an hour. If you'd like to join us on the Zoom panel, kz00m@gmail.com. And why Zoom just brought me in, no pun intended, why Zoom just zoomed me in, I have no idea. Hallmark day. Been a good day. See you on the Zoom panel. Shoot me an email, ask for credentials, and join the fray. See you tomorrow. Bye for now. Adios.